Coming back to the prompt with the empathy gap, here you can see that here is the emotional audit of the story tab draft, identifying where logic informs but lacks the human heartbeat, along with suggestion to bridge the gap. You can already see here how Notebook LM, with the right prompt, is criticizing your story, which already have all the bits, and suggesting some improvements based on what you yourself have created. You can use this on a story that you have created, and using the same prompt, check whether or not in your story you have emotion, you are creating empathy to build that bridge from you as a storyteller and your audience as listeners. Empathy gap. Set the stage. Observation. The bit is highly analytical and psychological. Still, it explains the dynamic of the but doesn't make the reader feel it. Suggestion. Okay, it's giving me a suggestion. A question that makes the reader feel seen. Have you ever been absolutely certain you are nailing a task, only to realize moments later that you are completely embarrassed yourself? You see that already here is giving me a hook and connecting with my audience, which was lacking in the initial story. So T has triggered the need. Observation. Violently shatter is a strong phrase, but blindly over extended theory is dry engineering speak. It lacks visceral shock. Suggestion. A sensory detail that puts the reader in the scene. The terrifying rhythmic groan of steel twisting like a ribbon in the wind, realizing that the match you trusted with your life is tearing itself apart. Empathy gap. Step O as offer. Observation. Employ a project postmortem sounds like a procedural corporate agenda. I agree with that. As someone who is working here at corporate France, I will not say corporate America because I'm living in France. It misses the emotional relief that this tool provides to a team. Suggestion, an emotional truth that data implies but never says out loud. We are all secretly relieved when an exercise finally makes it safe to voice the fatal flaw we were too terrified of looking foolish to bring up in the kickoff meeting, are as revealed obstacles. Observation. It logically explains our cognitive bias toward black swans versus cumulative risk, but it ignores why we look the other way. Suggestion. An emotional truth that the data implied but never said out loud. It is deeply comforting to blame a catastrophic failure on a highly improbable freak black swan event, because it absolves us of the guilt to slowly and silently of the rust eating away at our own foundation.